We just spent the last 3 days here at Stone Mountain Park.
And so, what did you guys think about it?
Disappointed, really. We're big fans of Hershey Family Parks. We visit them a lot.
What are some other ones you visited?
Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. And we're really excited about how well they incorporate the shows, shops, and rides into the living history of that park. I would say that Stone Mountain Park was more like a roadside attraction like you find in Gatlinburg or any other city like that.
We would have liked the food to not be so much like the type of food you get at a carnival, but more so the type of food that reflects the time periods that are shown here.
Yeah, I mean, every place was full. The parking was full. There were kayaks and paddle boarders on the water.
Lots of people on the trails.
Yeah, and the Mountain Summit Park, you know, the trails there were full too. I didn't feel like the Confederate themes took away from the attendance.
Okay, what about the laser show? Did you see that?
Yeah, we were a little surprised. They were almost just projecting cartoon characters onto the mountain, and we thought that was maybe a little bit insulting to the history.
They didn't give really any context to the Confederate themes that were incorporated for the actual carving itself.
Did you learn anything about Confederate history?
No, we didn't.
I think they missed the mark, ignoring the history. I was here when I was a kid, and it was awesome. It's not like that anymore.
So would you guys come back?
I don't think that we would. I think we would definitely come back for, you know, some of the other Hershey family parks, but maybe not this one.
These tourists are right. There is so much untapped potential for Stone Mountain Park. Our objective is to demonstrate that by expanding historical tourism at Stone Mountain Park, we will have the opportunity to substantially increase the park's economic impact while fulfilling its legal and intended purposes as a Confederate memorial.
Georgia's Stone Mountain Confederate Memorial Park is a remarkable accomplishment. It's centered around the world's largest bas-relief carving on the side of the mountain, and it's come to be Georgia's most popular tourist attraction. The park is, by law, dedicated to be a memorial to the Confederacy. When Georgia changed its state flag a few years back, it removed the familiar Confederate battle flag from the state flag as part of a compromise. The other part of that compromise was that the law was changed to state that the Confederate memorial would be preserved and protected for all time, and so that remains the law today. People who call for the destruction or the concealment of the carving or changing the park or the spirit and purpose of the park are running contrary to Georgia law, as well as the spirit of the compromise that brought the change in the state flag. Official Code of Georgia annotated 12.3.191 and 50-3-1 make that perfectly plain. This park is a Georgia park. It is a state park. It is not a DeKalb County park. As long as the people of Georgia express their will through the state legislature, visitors from across the planet will be able to come and enjoy the experience. And as popular as the park is, it can be improved by adding more historical aspects for tourists and in keeping with the legislative charge, and I quote, that the Georgia Stone Mountain Confederate Memorial Park be preserved and protected for all times as a tribute to the bravery and heroism of the citizens of this state who suffered and died in their cause. We have a unique opportunity with this unique carving to turn into really something even greater than it already is. The opportunity is there. We just have to reach out and seize it.
So we've got a pretty typical brewer's barley down here. It's been malted and just lightly roasted. And if you were to make a beer out of nothing else, that's going to give you flavors of bread, maybe light toast.
Living history is a type of tourism which incorporates historical tools, activities, and wardrobe in order to give participants an interactive experience. It creates a strong sense of stepping back in time. This is a powerful tourism methodology that is proven to generate repeat visitors and is used as an economic anchor in many communities in the U.S. and around the world.
We love to visit historical parks. We do it every time we can. I thought there'd be a lot about Southern heritage and Southern history, the Civil War, but there's really not much content here at the park. I mean, it's like a big carnival. But you take a look at the sign here. As a Georgian, I thought I'd be able to visit the memorial lawn and take a look at the carving, they got me excluded. I mean, what's that? My tax dollars help pay for this. My admission helps pay for this. I mean, why is this happening? I really just don't get it. I'm really disappointed.
Stone Mountain represents my heritage. My ancestors fought for the South. You know, my ancestors were both planters and my ancestors were slaves. I can be proud of my Confederate history. I came from both sides. A lot of small town people, such as myself, we take pride in that history. So if you embrace that, you can still make money off of it. And now all you're doing is promoting that entire area. But since you're not embracing it, you're just running that place down.
According to the Heritage Tourism Handbook at georgia.org, 70% of all leisure travelers actively pursue cultural and heritage activities. That adds up to 118 million adults each year in the U.S., about half the total U.S. population. Cultural and heritage tourists typically spend more money per visit and have a higher return rate than any other category of visitor. By offering attractions and events that highlight the culture and heritage of Stone Mountain Park, we can increase tourist revenue and realize its legal purposes. These attractions will provide a centralized theme and a one-of-a-kind experience that can only be found here at Stone Mountain. This park is perfectly situated to provide a living historical experience unlike any other in the country.
Hey, my name is Georgia, and I'm Johanna. We're here to tell you that celebrating history and heritage can be both fun and educational. Stone Mountain has so much to offer in the way of historical tourism. Envision the memorial lawn with visitors lining the sloped hills watching reenactments, like the Battle of Gettysburg, which draws thousands of onlookers each year. Imagine feeling the concussion of fire and cannons, the sounds and smells of encampments, and gaining some understanding of what it was like to be a soldier during the war between the states. Visitors could hear songs and stories from the living historians while learning about their nation's history. Just think of how fun and exciting Stone Mountain Village could be with real period craftspeople creating and selling their wares in the village. You could have blacksmiths, leather workers, glass blowing, seamstresses, and of course, authentic food. Imagine period characters walking around in the village, taking photos with visitors, performing skits both outdoors and in a period theater typical of the 1800s. And imagine the Great Locomotive Chase Scenic Railroad. That would really make the ride so much more exciting. Let's recreate a mock-up of the Great Locomotive Chase, where the Texas with Captain Fuller chases the General and Andrews Raiders. Why don't we get the riverboats paddle turning again at Stone Mountain Lake? And to make it even more exciting, let passengers witness naval battle with mock-ups of the CSS Virginia and the USS Monitor. At port, guests could tour recreation of the H.L. Hunley submarine, the first combat submarine to sink a major warship. Let's bring Historic Square back to life with characters who live, work, and educate visitors about both plantation and small-town southern life in the 1800s. At the Mountaintop Visitor Center, let's give credit to the last craftsman to finish the Stone Mountain sculpture, Roy Faulkner, who was a Georgian. Mountaintop visitors could learn about the unique process of heat sculpture and how Faulkner used it in conjunction with all the craftsmen that came before him. These types of attractions have been proven at other historical tourist destinations all over this country and the world. They're the kind of attractions that people who come to Memorial Park want to see and experience. I know that I do.
Southern history is American history. You try to take out Southern history, you're only damning your kids for the future. We have to make sure that we're ensuring that they have a future. And that future has to come from knowing your entire history.
Southern history is American history, and a focus on historical education and the common attributes we share as Americans can help to unite us during these times. Stone Mountain Park is in a prime position to do just that, to become the premier living history destination of the South, if not the nation. It has the buildings, museums, terrain, infrastructure, and space to accommodate this vision. Living history adds the excitement, the realism, and education that the park is currently missing. It provides a sustainable and repeatable economic driver, and fulfills Stone Mountain Park's legal and intended purposes as a memorial to the Confederacy.